Welcome to tonight's training. We're going to get started in a few seconds. So I appreciate all of you that are jumping on time. That means that you're ready to make this money, and that is definitely a plus when it comes to trading. So I'm going to give about 10 more seconds to allow a few more people to jump on. And this call will be recorded. All right, welcome everyone. So we're going to allow a few people to still jump on. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and get started. So hopefully you all have your notebooks and pens out. And my name is Makisha. For those of you who don't know me, I've been trading Forex now for a little bit over 3 years. But tonight's training, what I'm going to show you is last night you got a chance to get involved with taking the trades and getting comfortable with the trades. So that's good. Last night training, ICC was walking you through everything on what to expect for this week. So on today, your training is going to be, I'm going to show you one of the tools that we use, because I know someone asked last night where we get our signal, where we get our trade ideas from. And I'm going to show you one of the tools that we use. So this tool that I'm going to show you tonight is what comes with the Academy. So we all get access to the Academy, and as well as this is what's called the Harmonic Scanner. So before I show it to you, I want to explain to you a little bit about what it is. So it's technically an AI system, and what it does is scans all the charts in the market, scans all the Forex charts for us, and it tells us exactly, it points out patterns, and it points it out and tells exactly when to get in, when to get out, and when to take your money. So it's giving you all the trade ideas that you need. So we're going to get into that tonight. But before I get started, did anyone have any questions already from what you learned previously from yesterday, anything like that, before I get in and start showing you the Harmonic Scanner? You can come off mute if you do have any questions so far. So everyone's good with taking the trades, everyone's understanding everything. I see. You got.
Besides the Harmonic Scanner, what is it? I was trying to figure out the ways you come up with getting your take profiting and take losses. Is that done with the Harmonic Scanner as well?
It is. Good question. So yes, it is. So a lot of the educators that we get the trade ideas from, or the Harmonic Scanner, yes, it gives you the take profit and the stop loss as well. So it's pretty much while you're learning, you just copy, pasting profit. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Good. All right. Any other questions before we get started? Everybody's good? All right. So what I'm going to do is share my screen. All right. Can everybody see my screen okay? Someone come off mute and let me know. So this right here is the Harmonic Scanner, what I was talking about. And I am doing this from my cell phone. I know a lot of people ask, you know, can you do it from your cell phone? Do you need a laptop, computer? This is right here from the cell phone, because all I'm doing right now is just copying and pasting numbers. So for example, some of your trade ideas might come out of here. I'm trying to zoom in so you all can see. So as you see over here to the right, how the king was asking the question about the stop loss and the take profit. Over to the right, let's see if I can get something so you can see on here. This purple dot, follow the purple dot. See this entry? It gives us the numbers. So this entry right here will be that price. When sometimes you see you put in the group, you know, a buy limit at or a sell limit, this is that price. Also, it gives you the stop with the number. Also, it gives you the take profit. As we talked about before, you have your different take profits. Take profit 1, 2, and it should be a 3 down there. There's the 3 down at the bottom. You can choose any one of them. So say for instance, once you get access to this, you log in and you're like, okay, I need a trade to take. So you're looking for some trade ideas. You come over here, all the different pairs are over here, and also the different brokers. So depending on what broker you use, just click on it and it takes you to different brokers. So you're gonna come over here and click on Euro GBP. So you click on that, get it out the way. You're just looking to see if there's any trade ideas available. So this one I think is gone because I let me move. Let's go to another one, NZD CAD. Now let's refresh the screen. Now I want to see if there's some trades we can take tonight. Here we go. It's Euro GBP. This one hasn't started yet. And the reason why I know this one hasn't quite started yet, I'm trying to zoom in so you all can see. Actually, it might be actually starting right now. I'm trying to zoom in because I want you all to see this. See, there we go. There we go. So what we're waiting on, you see here it has that blue candle furthest to the right. So if that candle was a red candle, we would have gone and jump in because this call right here is for a sell call. And the reason why I know it's for a sell entry is because you see the entry here and below it is a take profit. So if the entry is on top of the take profit, it means a sell entry. If it's the other way around, let's see if I can find one for you all to get in. This one's already moving. This one's already moving. So this one here, you see the entry is at the bottom and the take profit's on top. We know it's to be a buy order, but this one has already played out. And the reason why you know is because the D, you see that letter D there? And all those candlesticks has already went up. The blue candlesticks already went up to all the take profits. So we know that this one is already called out. This is all we do. Just go over here, you got your different time frames, your minute time frame, hour, 4 hour, daily, however way you like to trade. And you just scroll down and you will look at the different time frames in whichever pair that you want to use. See, look at AUD, JPY. So a lot of these trades, so probably in the next hour, it'll be some new scans up here. And we'll be able to take some trades. Yeah, so in the group and within the next hour, there'll be some more trades posted. Yeah, because everything is pretty much already set up. And look at this one. This actually was a really good one. This was an AUD CAD. And you see here, it started at the D and it jumped all the way up. You see the entries at the bottom, take profit at the top, jumped all the way up. That was a good trade. And also as well, remember you're copying and pasting. So we just come back here, simply copy the numbers into that MetaTrader 4 app that you all downloaded and been taking trades on all week. This is it. Just copy these numbers and paste it in there. So right now, it's not any trades to take. Yeah, because a lot of stuff is already played out. You see here, you see the red, all the red candlesticks already went all the way down. You see up here the entry, take profits at the bottom, which is a sell. It's already happened. So these are a lot of good trades. And this harmonic scanner here is over 87% accurate. So very good odds on it. Then also too as well, when we get back here, when you learn harmonic scanner, we also have live educators. So when you combine both those two together, now your odds went up to over 90% of winning the trade, which is powerful, powerful information. So it's no trades back here to take right now. I just wanted to show you all one of the tools that we use. Let me see. Yeah, it's none to take back here right now. So for instance, it's no trades taking harmonic scanner. We do have other tools as well that you can use. Like we have binary for those interested in trading binary options. You have this thing called Gold Cup. I know a lot of you are probably on that training this morning. I'm not sure, but we have that as well, where a lot of trade ideas are called out. So it's a lot of options. So just because none right here, we do have other products as well that call out trade ideas. And a lot of times too, we mark up our own. So I'll show you how to mark up one. I want to give you guys some info tonight. So to mark it up, we use TradingView. TradingView has an app. No, side. I'm turning it the other way in a minute. TradingView has an app. So like I said, I like to do everything from my phone. So right here, let's find a more cleaner one. So what I'm looking, I know it looks like just foreign right now because I have a lot of indicators on here. So that's just the way that I trade. So let's go over here. And we mark up, so right now you know, so we mark up on the hour time frame. An hour time frame. Let's see if I can log off of here because I want to give you guys a clean chart. If not, we're just going to have to work off of this one. Let's go back. So let's log off of here right quick. So I want to give you all a clean chart. There we go. So we can go down, we're going to look at Euro USD. There we go. All right. So when you come back here, say for instance, you're like, okay, I'm learning how to trade because the whole goal is to teach you how to trade so you're not just so dependent upon trade ideas. So what we have is what's called a support and a resistance line. This is one of the most basic strategies that I can show you on how to trade. So back here, we already know that the green candles are our sell candles, the red candles, our buy candles, and the red candles are our sell candles, right? So what we do back here in TradingView is I would grab a horizontal line And the first thing I would do is look for my support. When I look for my support, what you're looking for is where these candlesticks touch at least 3 to 5 times. So you would grab one, put one there. So you want to find what touches at least 3 to 5 times, right? Then also as well, you're going to grab another horizontal, because now you have your support, you need your resistance. So grab another horizontal line where it's touching at least 3 to 4 times. Boom, throw it up there. So if you want to make it even easier, we have this thing called field retracement. Like I said, I like to use indicators. Indicators are like extra cheat codes on a chart. Some people trade naked, which means they trade bare chart just as support and resistance, but I like to use indicators. So I would grab my fib over here, right? And I would take that dotted line and I would just draw it up to get there, right? Because right now what this does is give me all my support and resistance lines. And I just grab a horizontal line, throw it on there. Now all I'm doing is putting a horizontal line on each one of these lines, each one of the color lines, just throwing it on there. Like I said, it may look foreign right now, but the more you learn this, it'll become like second nature. So we're just gonna throw it on there. And this particular strategy is what they call the above below strategy. So why it's called that is, say for instance, if we go back here, zoom in, and what I'm looking at is where this blue line is. See a green line, it's a blue line at the bottom. So we see the candlesticks went above that blue line. If it went above it, we know it's gonna be a buy. And as you see, it kept going all the way up until it got to the top. And once it got to this top blue line, it started to drop. And the red candlestick went below that very top blue line, and it started to drop.
Question.
And that's what we call it the above below. So when it closed, go ahead.
With the candlesticks, because like this is foreign. The candlesticks, the little the long piece hanging off, like the wick, is that considered the end of the candlestick?
Mm-hmm.
Like the big base part is just a part, but where the line ends at is the end of it?
Mm-hmm. So what do you think of the wicks? Is like say if it's like this green. So with the wicks, it's like the buyers tried to take it, but they couldn't quite take it. There was them fighting, the sellers and the buyers fighting, pretty much. So that's what forms that wick. So the buyers tried to take it over.
The thing, okay.
But it didn't win. So then it drops back down, and then you look at the body of the candle.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. And then you put the horizontal lines on there for the support and resistance, and that gave you the space.
Mm-hmm.
You said you added extra horizontal lines. Now, what was the reason for the extra horizontal lines?
Because I added on an indicator. So instead of me sitting here drawing the support resistance for each one of them, I grabbed the fib retracement, which is over to the left, and went down to the fib retracement, and that pretty much draws the support and resistance lines for me.
Okay.
The color, when it turned to color, and I just added other blue lines. You see all the extra color.
Okay.
So I used it for my support and resistance.
Okay.
So I didn't have to go and do it myself. Good question. A good question. Who was that? Who am I speaking with? What was your name?
This is Mark.
Mark. Oh, okay. Okay. What's going on, Mark? Okay. All right. Good question. Any other questions before I move along? Is everybody kind of understanding this particular strategy? It's just a strategy. There's a ton of different strategies that you can learn when it comes to trading. Period. Like everybody has their own twists, tricks, and tips to it. This is just one of them. This is like one of the first ones I learned from the educators, and he's now, I think he's over $1 million now making it. But this is one of the first strategies he started off with. So of course, I start off with it as well. So is there any questions on this particular strategy? You understand why it's called the above below strategy? All right. So anybody got any questions, period, about anything? This is pretty much the whole thing of this particular strategy. Is you're drawing your support resistance line, which is your horizontal lines. And then if it breaks and closes, when I say break and close or above, is that candle being above or below it. So if it's above it, you put in a buy order. If it's below it, you put in a sell order. But while you're going through this, go ahead.
And that's each individual line. So it doesn't really matter which line we're talking about. But if it's above it, it's buy it. If it's below it, it's sell it.
Exactly. Like you see this candle forming here. It's on the 30-minute though. We see this, the red candle forming to the right-hand side.
The last one, yeah.
So it's like a red straight line, dotted line moving. Yeah. So if that
That would be
next candle would
considered
be a red
sell.
candle, we get in for a sell. Exactly.
Got it.
Like I said, it's like the most kind of simple ones. Anybody else got any questions about how everything is going? Everybody's understanding the gist of it? Because it'd be kind of hard for us to, give you everything on how to trade within these 7 days, but we can give you a gist and get you out there on how to trade.
So
Go ahead.
this strategy is called the above and below strategy because you started at the top with wherever there was 3 or more lines, like the wicks, whatever, they hit 3 or more places. So you went above and hit that, and then you went down below somewhere lower to where it hit 3 wicks. Is that why it's called above and below?
Well, that's a good explanation too, but I think the guy just made up that name. But he calls it above below because if a candlestick breaks above it, then we buying it. If a candlestick breaks below whatever line, then we selling it. That makes sense? Like whichever line, like if the candle break, if that red candle wants to go above, okay, cool. Good questions, good questions. Who else we got? I feel somebody else got a question.
What app are
you?
you? Hi.
Go ahead.
What app is this on that you are using right now?
This is TradingView. So It is an app, but it's also a website. So tradingview.com, but in the app version is just TradingView.
Okay.
And if you're going to be using your cell phone, you mark up from, I personally mark up from my cell phone. I'm using this app when I'm on my cell phone. I'm on a computer, then I use the website.
Okay.
Are you able to set up one more graph?
Say it one more time.
Are you able to do one brand new one more time?
Of course, of course. Actually, just going to clear this chart out and remove those drawings.
What did you say the app was called? TradingView? TraderView?
TradingView. I'll make sure I post the name of the app too in the group. All right, so over here, so we're back to a naked chart. That's what they call naked trading. Click on the horizontal line. You're going to take it to draw your support. Actually, could have moved that up some. So everybody got their different ways that they draw support resistance. We're just going to leave that there because we're going to do a field anyway. So we're going to do a horizontal, take it to that high point. Close in so I can see some. Going to come over here. Going to grab my field retracement. I'm going to take it all the way up to that top line. Going to come over here and draw me some horizontal lines that's going to match each one of the colored lines. Horizontal. So he's going to basically put on each one of the color lines. All right, you normally would put on each one of them, but the current market isn't down there, so I'm not going to draw it down there yet. Then if you wanted to, you can take off all the colored lines. Just press the little delete button. And boom, that looks a little not so insane to you. Makes it a little more cleaner for you. Does that make sense?
So right now we'll
So
be
pretty much
looking
the
at the
steps, you know, you
red
take a
candle
note.
all the way to the right. Hello?
Exactly. Yes, can you
So
hear
we're
me?
looking at right now we're looking at the candle. Yes, the candle furthest to the right is the one that we'd be paying attention to. And right now it's
Yes.
red, and it's if it goes below the blue line or the dotted line, because I see the red dotted line.
The blue. The red dotted line is current market. So it's gonna keep moving, because that's where it's just keeping up with the price of what current market is. So we're talking about the blue line.
But we're talking about the blue line will let us know whether to buy or sell.
Yes. Yeah, the red
Now,
dotted line
On
is just current market.
either side. Yeah, on either side though, correct? Like
Say that
any
one more
blue
time.
line. On because I
Yes,
see
well,
three
it's two,
different blue
like we're
lines.
looking at
So if it
one out the way. So say for instance, this one wasn't here. We're looking at these, where price currently is. Let me see if I can.
and then if
got it.
and then if it
So
crosses
in
either
between
of the
those
blue
two blue
line.
lines at the top.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
There
with
we
that
go.
red one, if it goes below that blue line that's at the bottom, then that would be a sell or a
Yes, as
buy.
long as that candle closes below it.
Okay,
So
so
if that
when it's
whole
below
body of this
it,
candle,
yeah. Uh-huh.
so like the whole candle, like on the next one, if that whole candle opens up below on that bottom blue line, then yes, it will be a sell.
And if it goes above, so the red ones go down and the green ones end up going up, is that what happens?
Yes. Yeah, so if that green one wants
So
to go,
right now
the
we're
next
on
one turn
sale.
green. I'll say that one more time.
I said, okay, so we're only paying attention to the right. So if for some reason it started to go in the opposite direction, there would be a new candle and it would turn green.
Exactly. And then we
And
will be
that would be
waiting for
going
it to
up.
go
And
above.
once it hits past that blue,
There you go.
okay, this is making sense.
Yeah, you got it.
So brings me to my next question. So say it crosses the let's say it crosses the bottom blue and we know it's a red and it's sell. Where do the take profit and stop loss numbers pop in, or how do we figure out that portion?
Okay, good question. Good question. So with that, because remember we're used to the Harmonic scanner gives it to us. So when you're trading on your own, you have to do it yourself. So over here to the left, it's like a little ruler. So I normally do like 20 to 30 pips. So I would just take that
Okay.
ruler, see if it'll do it on here, and you would just draw it like wherever you got in at, and you just take it to where it says, right now it says 25, so it says negative 25.3.
Okay.
And you will put that in. So whatever that number is, I think it's that 1.08157. You will put that number in as your, if you're in a sell order, as your take profit, and then you just take it the opposite way if you was looking for your stop loss. So the opposite
Okay.
way.
So that's basically your discretion. You can set that at
Exactly.
what you. Okay.
Yep, it's totally your preference on that one.
So
Good
when we're
question.
selling, right, we're looking at the red candle and we're looking at the red candle going down is when we're selling. So our take profit, our stop loss would be like higher up, like at or above the blue line, the initial blue line, right? With the red candle, because once
Yes,
it
for
goes below
sale.
the blue line is when we start the trade. So we would put our stop loss at the blue line or somewhere right at or under the blue line, because that's where we got in at, right? And then as it goes down, we'd put our TP somewhere, however far we want it to go down, to our discretion. But our stop loss would go like somewhere right near that blue line, because that's where we got in at, correct?
Yes, so it'll go above wherever you got in at, because we're gonna sell orders, like you said. Because we don't want it to, we just want to protect ourselves in case it reversed. Yeah, so you explained it right on the dot.
Good information.
Thank you, thank you. I got some good questions. That sound like some traders. Yeah, definitely good assets in the community.
So just to
Yes, any
be
other
100%, yeah, just to be 100% sure, the reason why that bar, that candle is still red is because it's still going down. Even though it's trading, it's majority it's going down. But as soon as it starts to go the other direction, for I guess, I don't know how much longer, but if it decided to switch directions, it'll turn green and we would see that it's green and it'll be a whole new candle.
That's correct. And this one actually plays out in 1 minute and 27 seconds. See over to the right-hand side, you see that counter's counting down? Let me move it. You
Yeah,
see it's counting
I
down
can
to the
see
right?
it. Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. So that's how much more time is left in this particular candle before it forms another one.
So where do
And
you
why
get
is
your?
that?
Okay.
That was great.
This one, I'm on the 30-minute time frame. So if I was to switch it to, say, for instance, the hour time frame, the time's going to change. Well, it's freezing up right now, but it normally changes.
So what would be your reasons for changing the times, or how do you gauge that?
It depends on what type of trader you are. Some people are what they call scalpers. Some people are day traders. You know, that just froze up. So it kind of should be moving. So it all depends on what type of trader you are. Some people like to mark up on the hour time frame and then look on the 30-minute time frame to see when there's a better chance to get in. Because if you take a sell, say for instance on the hour time frame, you're looking at a sell. So you want to get in before that. So you go to the 30-minute time frame because each one of these adds up. Each one of these candles are 30 minutes on the hour. Each one of them is an hour candle. So on here, the 30-minute, this trade will play out before it. You get an early, getting in earlier instead of waiting for the whole hour.
Okay. Oh, okay.
There we go. Now it's finally switching. So I want you all to see what the next candle does or what color it turns, but moving a little slow there. But good questions. Keep them coming. Anybody else got any questions?
So just to confirm, the candles change depending on the time. So if we had it at 3 minutes, every 3 minutes there'll be a new candle.
Exactly. And every 1 minute it'll be a new one. Every second, but it'll be a whole bunch of candles. The smaller time frames you go down. Why isn't that moving? Let's go back. I want you all to see the next candle moving. Okay, yeah, I don't know why it's not moving. It might be my internet connection. But by now, the next candle would have formed. So I don't know what's going on with that. And any other questions? Hopefully it comes in. Yeah. Let's close out. Yeah, for some reason it's taking a minute. I definitely want you guys to see that candle. Yeah, but you can go on to tradingview.com, like I said, download the TradingView app, and you can kind of just play around with it. Like play around on messing with the horizontal lines, seeing if you can draw the different lines. The indicator that I used was the fib retracement. So you'll know what that is when you go in there playing around with it. Yeah, it doesn't want to show you the charts today. It's still updating. Yeah, okay.
Is there a preference on the different charts that you're looking at, like for the different trades? Like I mean, I'm sure every trader has their own preference, but like for us starting out, is there like a preference for, oh, you're just starting out, you might want to stay with the euro or the, you know, euro to USD or to, you know, euro to Japanese yen or whatever? Like, is there like a preference, or is like free for all, just go see what you like? And how does that work? Or what would you recommend?
Good question. So what it is different times of the day. Like right now we're in the Asian session, which is 6 to, I know what time, I think it's 7, which is 6 to, I forgot the end time. So I recommend during this time frame, we're looking at like their Japanese yen pair, anything with the yen in it, you'll be trading. So during the New York session, you'll be trading all the the euros, the USD pairs during the London session. So it all depends. And some people, like when you first start off, they recommend sticking with 1 or 2 pairs just to learn them. That way you're not just all over the place. So a lot of people start off with the Euro USD and the GBP JPY. But it's totally your preference, but those are 2 good ones.
Oh, and is there a place where we can go to find out the different markets, the time of the different markets? How, like how you just said, 6 p.m. to, you don't know, the end time is like the Asian market, the New York market, you know, it's from this time or this time. Is there like a list of that, or can we find that?
Yeah. I can post that in a group, make a little notes I remember. Yeah, I can post that in the group when we finish. About the market hours. So I'll post it in the group for you all. Good questions. Y'all are amazing. Any other questions?
Just to repeat though, you said that was
Because I'm here for you all.
You said that was GPD and JPH. Did you hear me? Can you hear me?
Oh, I'm sorry, the way I talk sometimes. I'm a GBP, the Great British Pound.
Okay, GP. That was GPD and what was the
Can you
second
hear me?
one? What was the quote one?
Mm-mm.
Can you hear me?
The Great British Pound, so GBP and JPY, the Japanese yen.
And JPY. And then the second one was Euro and USD.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. Great British, okay. The GBP, JPY is one of my favorites. Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good question. Any other questions? I still got some time. I'm here for y'all, whatever questions you have.
Okay, quick question about the different combinations or whatever, because right now this is foreign currency. What about like Bitcoin? Does that fall into the same patterns as far as the charts are concerned, and gold and other precious metals and things like that? Do those fall under the same do you look at the charts the same way, or is it different, or how does that work?
I know. You look at the charts the same way, because basically at the end of the day, all of them start off with how it's saying the support and resistance lines, and you're looking at patterns. So they all are pretty much the same. No matter what you're trading, even if it's US 30 or the S&P 500, no matter what it is, it's still all the charts. Once you learn how to mark up the charts, it's all the same way across the board with all the pairs.
And you said when you first marked up the charts, the first line was support or the first line was resistance?
So resistance is you can't get past, and your support is your floor. So that top line is your resistance, the bottom line is your support, like you're standing on the floor. Does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense. And then you drag the fib retracement thing from bottom to top. You might have froze.
Hello.
I think her screen froze.
There we go. Can everybody hear me? My internet went out, but I'm back now. Can y'all hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So we're talking about the support and resistance. So the support is the bottom, that's your floor, and the resistance is your ceiling.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then you drag the fib retracement from bottom to top.
Exactly. Somebody taking notes.
Facts.
No problem. Anybody else? All right. Well, if that's it, going once, going twice. All right. Well, if that's it, I hope you all got some value
We,
from this. Go
we
ahead.
can do one more graph if you want.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Let me share my screen. All right, so I'm going back over to the TradingView app. There we go. So you can, when say you create a free account. So when you're using a
Okay.
free account, so you log it, mark it up on your computer, it'll still be saved.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll still be saved when you log onto the app. So as we see, this one here turned green, but it's still below that red candle. So we can do a new markup just to see, do another pair as well. Let's do that GBP we were talking about. GBP, JPY. All right, so this is a completely new chart. So the first thing I'm going to do, move it out the way. There we go. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is grab my horizontal line. Boom, go ahead and grab the horizontal line. I'm going to place it. And if you're new to doing support or resistance lines, you can just take it at the bottom, because remember the field is going to draw it for you anyway, the field retracement. You can just find the lowest point, make it a little easier for you. You come up here, find the highest point in this particular area. Grab another horizontal line, grab the highest point, right in there. And what I'm looking at is to the left here, some candlesticks right there. And then I go back, I want to make it a little smaller so I can see what's going on. And come over here, grab my field retracement. Boom. I'm going to take it over here to that bottom line, as close as I can get. Click it, drag it up to that top line. Boom. I'm going to grab a horizontal line. And all I'm doing is putting it on each of these colored lines. See that first line is red. I'm going to place it on there. You know, you can change the colors, make it whatever color you want to make it. I'm going to take another one. That one green. Put that on that green line as close as possible. And get it together. There we go. Another one, we're going to come out here close to where market is at. So we'll have to keep drawing out lines. Boom. So you're going to take it down there. But you normally draw on each one of those colored lines. And I want to take off this colored chart. Boom. Make that a little bigger so we can see for training purposes. There we are.
So quick question. So for that one, you don't have to manually try to find where the candlesticks hit 3 to 5 times. You're just doing the lowest point, the highest point, and you let the fib retracement do the rest.
Exactly, yeah. Because the field is drawing your support and resistance lines anyway.
Got it.
So to make it easier when you're new, instead of going through trying to find a support and resistance, you can, like I said, I like to use indicators, so that's what I use.
So that's what that's called, a fib retracement, is an indicator?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you should have like 10 pages of notes because you're on it.
So for like this one, we're looking at the right red candle. And right now, I guess they're fighting over it because it's making a wick right now. And then if it happens to dip, because we're going to watch this one because it's kind of all over the place. If it dips below, then we're going to sell it.
Mm-hmm. That is correct. Long as that whole candlestick is below. So say for instance, like, let me move this box. There we go. We was up here in this one, right? You see that red candlestick? Not this area, but up here in this area. You see that red candlestick? It, peaked below, but then the next one below it, next one right beside it, was completely below that that top blue line. That was extra confirmation that this is a sell. Do you see what I'm talking about?
You're talking about in that box, that purple box. You're talking about that last one right there. How the not just the wick, but the actual candlestick, the thick part went below, not just the wick part.
Exactly. Yes.
So once the whole thing gets below, that's when you want to put in a trade and sell it.
Because you want that's your extra confirmation. Because it could, even though if it's half body up, half body down, it could just switch on you and then turn to a buy, and then now your stop loss hit. But if you're making sure that that whole candle is below it, then you have a better chance of a good entry. Mhm. Any other questions? Yeah, I got some good questions. Yeah, y'all get my secret sauce too. 'Cause I won't be talking about secret sauce now. I'm probably talking about harmonic scanner, but y'all got lucky. All the ones that showed up tonight got lucky. All right. So any other questions? Everybody good? Everybody understand?
Can you determine when is it going to peak with this current strategy, or is there like a different type of strategy you could determine that?
Say that one more time.
So with this current strategy, can you determine when is it going to peak, or when is it going to, I guess, drop off?
Are you saying like you can determine when it's a sell from this? Like if you're just trying to determine when the candlestick is going to drop below it? Yes. Yes.
Yeah, like
So that's why it's called the above below, because long as it's below.
For a certain trade. Okay, cool.
And it works for all pairs too. You just got to be patient with this one, because because sometimes it consolidate and just stay in between those two lines. So you just got to wait to see what happens. So trading is definitely a patience game too.
Okay.
That's why we have the different products in place where it's like, okay, you marked up your own, but you want to go ahead and get in a couple of trades. That's why we got the other products like harmonic scanner. You can go into jump in trades, gold cup, all kind of different things. Where they give you trade ideas that'll happen a lot faster. Great questions. Anyone else?
So is the harmonic scanner on is that a certain app? I know what it is, but is it like an app like the View?
That's the one that comes with the academy. So when you get involved with the community, it comes with it. So let me come over here.
Okay.
Yeah, that's part of the academy. See, I was saying the next hour, there'll probably be some trades on here. So this one's getting ready to set up, but it's not completely set up yet. So what I'm looking at here is the D. You see that red candle forming. And as you see over here to the right, the take profits are below the entry. So it's going to be a sell entry. Like I said, sometimes take like maybe a couple minutes for it to reset because it's constantly scanning for different patterns. So this one here is probably placed in a group in a minute. I just want to wait until you get a little further down before I place it in there. So you see how quick we was able to come over here and look and boom, find a trade versus, staring at the beginning, going through, marking up the chart yourself. At least over here, you can grab a trade real quick. Or a trade idea real quick. Any other questions? Is everybody good? Y'all had some great questions. Yeah, y'all were on it. So if there are no other questions, it has been a pleasure, training you all and teaching you all tonight. And if you have any questions whatsoever, like I said, post in the Money App group, and any one of us answer the questions for you, or you can, talk to the person that actually got you in the group. It doesn't matter. Just we're out here to help you. So thank you so much for taking time out to jump on. And this is recorded, so as soon as it processing, I can upload it to YouTube, and I definitely can drop it in the group. And I'm going to drop in as well those market hours. See, got my notes. Dropping those market hours, so you'll have that as well. So any more questions before I hit the end button? Everybody good?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great information.
Thank you, thank you. Glad you found value in it. All right, so I will see you all in the Money At group. You all have a great evening.